So a huge new update just popped up out of nowhere. It's literally 3 a.m. where I am trying to write this story out, but regardless, new information has come up revealing that Sony is having trouble keeping the cost of the PlayStation 5 down, giving us a look into how much it could be in the end for us. Now, let me know if you're willing to spend nearly $500 on the PlayStation 5. I'm wondering how many people out there were hoping the console would have been $399 and can't buy it on launch day if it ends up being more. So comment below if you're willing to spend $500 on the PlayStation 5. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the story, website Bloomberg reports that Sony is having trouble keeping the cost of the PlayStation 5 down because of high in-demand parts. They state that Sony usually finalizes the price of a console by February of the release year and starts production in spring, which is interesting. I personally thought they would usually start production in the summer. Regardless, they state that their sources claim that Sony is taking a wait-and-see approach with the PlayStation 5. Bloomberg states that the PlayStation 4's original estimated cost by the IHS Markit, which is a data analytics company, was put at $381, with the final price of the PlayStation 4 being $399, as we know. With the PlayStation 5 being put at a cost of $450, they estimate with similar margins to the PS4, the PS5 would be priced at $470 to the public. They have revealed that Sony's biggest headache is the DRAM and NAND flash memory and their high demand this year, referencing Samsung and their RAM needs for the Galaxy S20 line. They talk about how video game companies usually take a loss or sell the console at thin margins because they make more money from software and online sales, which we can all agree on. So if the cost is $450, then would Sony be willing to sell it at cost, putting the PlayStation 5 to the public at $449? We'll see, but to continue, reliable industry source Daniel Ahmed seems to be backing this article's cost amount, stating the following: "I'd state this would be fairly accurate based on what I've heard, but still all unconfirmed, of course. I previously estimated the build cost of Series X would be higher at over $460 minimum and still expect that to be the case." He also stated, "Note, build cost is not the retail price. As the article states, a $450 build cost would probably result in a retail price close to $500. I think at this point it's unrealistic to assume we'll get a high-end console at $399 like last gen. $499 is a price we've been hearing for some time, but this could really be the final price at this point." The Bloomberg article continues to reveal that most of the components of the PlayStation 5 have been locked down, including cooling, which usually costs less than $1 per unit for most companies, but for the PlayStation 5 is a few dollars per unit, which sounds like Sony is taking cooling very seriously with the PlayStation 5, which is of course great to hear. The article also reveals that the coronavirus has had no impact so far and that Sony hasn't decided how many PlayStation 5s they'll make in the first year. The article states that PSVR 2 is coming and will be scheduled for release after the PlayStation 5, so based on this, we shouldn't expect a PSVR 2 later this year, maybe 2021, which goes against earlier reports from VR Education, who stated that a new version of the PSVR headset is set to release later this year, or they could be both right and after just means a month later, or again it could be, as we stated last time, a new version of the existing PSVR and not necessarily PSVR 2. The article ends off with pointing out a few final items. Many of the games on the PlayStation 5 will also be on the PlayStation 4 as well, and that Sony will keep the business going with software and online revenue, which is the usual. According to people within the business, a key factor in Sony deciding the PlayStation 5's price is Microsoft, which we also reported on recently. And finally, the latest we could get hints regarding to the PlayStation 5's price is Sony's next investor call, which will probably happen in May. I personally think that if Sony is waiting on Microsoft, then we won't hear anything official until after or during E3 time, after the Microsoft conference. So that was a lot to take in, but what are your thoughts? With the cost possibly being around $450, what do you think will be the final price? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "I'm ready to drop the bag." Because if you're like me, you just want that price, you want that final reveal, and you're ready to drop the money on the PlayStation 5 whenever that happens. So if you feel the same way, destroy the comment section with "I'm ready to drop the bag," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.